Hello, the game is Once Human, and in this video I'm going to do a beginner's guide. I'm going to try to keep it short. I'm going to try to keep it to just the beginner stuff, and it's probably going to be an hour or more. I'm going to try, if I could get this video under an hour, I'll be happy. So, what is Once Human? Once Human is a new video game that just released a few weeks ago. I've been playing it non-stop since it released, and I adore it. It's a great game. If you heard negative things about it, you should ignore that and give it a shot. It's absolutely free. You got nothing to lose. That's my advice. That's my opinion. And in this game, in this video, I'm going to just talk about what I learned when I was a newbie. I'm kind of in the end game now, so I feel like I'm really familiar with the game. I got it all down pat pretty much, but I don't know everything, so keep that in mind. So anyway, I chose this spot to start the video because A, it's a nice scenic view, and B, this is where I came into the game at. So, you know, when I came in, I was floating down in the sky. You can see this tip here from this Whisper Terrian from server 102, titled Fly. Jump, then hit space to fly like a bird. Good tip there. Perfect newbie tip. So that's the first thing, right? You have this little flying glider. A lot of Asian games have this, the little glider. That bird is part of the storyline, but make sure you're using it. You're using that a lot to travel and all that good stuff. When you come into the game, you're going to build a base. So this is this is their actual house, I think. So if I hit B, I can see their property line all outlined in red here. That's their basic size of a property. He's just got all the basic stuff. So this is a really good example. This container is what you need to build to store your deviant in. Then when you have this container, when you have your deviant in there, you can link it to your backpack. The tutorial will show you this, but it's still confusing. Like you're going through the motions in the tutorial. So you basically link that to your backpack. You can capture different deviants. Like mine is a frost deviant, right? Because I got a frost build. And he just kind of does like AoE frost that'll help me do burst damage. You can tell him to do different things. They have different abilities. I can like throw him at somebody and do that. Recall him, he'll charge back up. So you start out with the butterfly. There's deviants that will help you with your base, help you with cooking, help you with gardening, guarding your base, mining. There's all kinds of cute little Pokemon to catch. So that's one nice aspect, but the game doesn't rely on them. They're just one part of the storyline. Sorry for squeaking. I'm trying to adjust my arm and it keeps raising up on me. So this is a nice little base. So he has the essentials here. This is the base control. So you can do a repair all to your base in here. There's a vault, so if anything gets destroyed or lost, it goes into your vault. So pretty much you're never going to lose anything in your base. And your base doesn't really get attacked. There's only one scenario where it will, and I'll go over that later. But this base has the basics. He has a crafting bench, which you can make gear and stuff like that. And then this bench will make like bullets and gadgets. This is a disassembly bench, so when you loot items, you'll get weird things like sure I have one here someplace. Let me see. Let me sort that. That's a raw material. I'm just looking for... Okay, so a kettle. It says material, but when you scrap that in the disassembly bench, it'll become things like special parts or standard parts or engineering plastic or all-purpose plastic or shabby fabric. Just raw materials, basically. I honestly think they should take this, call this a material, and then when you deconstruct it, they should call this a raw material. That way you can tell, because it's hard for new people to understand what's what. You don't want to dump a kettle into your chest. You want to disassemble that always. There's never a reason not to disassemble loot. So you go out loot, you come back to the disassembly chest. I'll show you how to use it later. There's an ore smelter and a little stove, and then he has a drying rack. So food decomposes in this game. Like you can see my corn here has an hour left before it turns into... I know I have some in my inventory, right? No, I don't have any. It turns into food waste or whatever it's called. My plant that I picked has 12 hours left, but my canned lunch meat that I crafted is good forever. So there's foods that do go away, like raw material foods, and then there's crafted foods that don't. So this is a nice little example of just a very simple base. He's got 4 platforms here, And yeah, he found us. Like, get off my lawn. Is that this guy's base? Let me see what it says when I go enter his base. Nah, different person. So this was just a nice example. So when I first landed, I ran over here, kind of like this. And let's hope I can make it over there. I think I was up higher. You can climb if you do a little double jump. Keep that in mind. Sometimes you can jump and then do your fly thing. That's not working for me. Why is my thing working for me? Sometimes you can jump, do your little glide, and then double jump up on a wall. So anyway, I came over here. I'm like, what is this thing? So these are teleportation towers. You use these to teleport around the map. You have to be at the tower to teleport to another tower. And then you have to go throughout the map and unlock. Let me zoom out. You can zoom out to a point where it's mostly just teleportation towers. Zoom in, you start seeing other stuff. Zoom out to there, and you just see mostly teleportation towers, silos, all the major stuff when you zoom out to this point. So as you can see, you have teleportation towers. You got to unlock them. So always grab them. They cost money to use them. Again, you have to be at the tower to teleport to another tower. You can't be like here and teleport to a tower. They cost money, and in the beginning it seems like a lot of money, but I have 1.13 million I think it's called energy units. That's basically the in-game currency that you use to buy and sell some stuff. And you earn it in game. It's very easy to earn. Hard to earn at first, very easy to earn in towards the end of the end phases. So don't worry about spending it. You're going to have way more than you'll ever need eventually. Yeah, so you just want to make sure you have enough for crafting and whatever you need it for. You'll struggle on it in the beginning. It's designed to be like that, and then it eases up. And then you'll struggle on acid, and then that'll ease up after you get that going. So the other thing these towers do is you switch to another world. So when you join a server, that server is going to have 10 instances, 10 phases, 10 picks, 10 worlds. This game calls them worlds. So, you know, I don't know all the language of this game, but every game has similar things. But basically, each world has 10 layers, and my layer is 7, and you can see this little house symbol right here. This house symbol means my base is built on world 7. And it's nice because that way you have 7 or 10 spots of places. Like, let's say I wanted that spot where that guy's base was. I could just check another world and see if it's taken. So you got 10 chances to grab a spot if you like it. But this world is so big. It's really, the housing is so well done. Like, people are just so sporadically spread out, and it almost blends into the background of the world. And it's really well done how they did it, where, you know, you can't build on roads. Some places you can. So you don't really get grief too much by that kind of stuff. And it's just, people are kind of spread out. There's no property boundaries. You could block a whole thing off with properties if you wanted to, but like, people tend to just naturally want to spread out, and you can build anywhere, so they just do that, you know, and everybody has their own little style. So it's really cool. Just really feels like a real alive world, and it's really well built. They have different areas and different, you know, themes of areas, and it's really well done. I was shocked. I was like, this is a really good, well designed game. So anyway, so that's world. So what about, how do you pick a server? I can't tell you much about that, or I can't show you much about that, but you pick a server. Just go in and pick one that is allowing new players. You can either choose PvE or PvP. They're exactly the same. Like, even in PvP right now, if I didn't want to be, I can't be attacked. Right? I can toggle that off, and then you can toggle it on. I think it's more like clan versus clan. They call them war bands. So it's warband versus warband type thing, where you go to war, and then now you can't toggle that off, I think. But other than that, if you're just out mining or, you know, trying to do quests, you can just toggle it off if you don't want to be ganked or bothered or anything like that. So it's very similar to PvE, except for they do warband wars is the end game. Here in PvE, the end game are prime wars, which you can see on the map. There's 9 of them. They start with easy. Well, that one's actually hard. They start with level 25 easy. You got to beat that. You'll get some currencies. I'll go into that later. If you get a certain score on this, I think it's 1,000, then you get a pass to do the hard ones, the next level, that come out the phase after. And if you do this, like I didn't get a very high score on that at all. I probably didn't try to. I probably just went, got the win, got my Starcrom, and that's it. But I got my pass on the hard, and then next one is the pro, which up here, which somebody's actually doing. I should probably show you. Let me just show you. The Prime Wars, you can teleport them for free. Doesn't cost you anything. You can teleport anywhere you're at. So it's a good way to travel if you just want to go near there. It'll take a second to draw in all the fortifications. So players build fortifications around this, and the monster tries to beat that. Right? There's the monster right there. And if I don't get out of here, he's gonna blast me because he comes over here and destroys all this stuff. I don't want to go into details of this because this is a beginner's guide, but I figure since it was just going, I'd showcase it a little bit. Show you the monster. Where the heck is everybody? One problem with this though is it does lag. Is that him over there? They have an issue with server lag on these Prime Wars during the battles. Like reloading and firing and getting in and out of vehicles will be laggy. Like 10, 20 seconds laggy. Like really laggy. Yeah, so that's the monster. So basically you gotta use special equipment to blast his shield off. Sorry, it's gonna be loud. Once you blast his shield off, then you gotta do damage to him. Let's see if I can't get some shots. They look like they're having a real hard time getting the shield down, so this is probably gonna be a fail one. They run over here. These are all players. These were their vehicles that they came and drove here with. Players built all these structures. These are Gatling guns that you have to get in with special ammo. That's what you use to blast the shielding off with. Without them, you're not winning. And you need a lot of them. And he's the only guy doing it. One guy doing it is tough. His shields aren't coming down. Anyway, this is the PvE side of it. It's like a mass raid. You need like 20 good people, maybe 30 people. You need people. Yeah, what's the only Flan saying? He's the guy that's very vocal on the server. Pretty good guy. This one won't pass unless there's more than one turret. And I'm not going over 50. So Frying is doing it. Is that only Flan? No. So basically, this guy's going to try to break through the defenses, go over to here, and destroy that thing that we spawned in at. He constantly spawns these monsters here. And that's it. That's the PvE endgame. And it's pretty neat. I don't know. So if you like PvP, choose PvP server. If you want to do this type of war where you need cooperation, collaboration, everybody kind of has to contribute or you're not going to get him down, pick PvE. I might do a PvP one next. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me go back. I wanna visit my home base where I went to. So where was I at? Oh, somebody's doing another Prime War down there. Free teleport. Even though I got 1 million, I still try to cheese. It's such a habit to not spend money on teleports. I still try to cheese them, even though I'm like massively rich and 200 means nothing to me. Oh, this video is going to be so long because of this. Alright, let me pour it out of here. I was just trying to get closer to my original tower that I was at. Oh, I can't teleport there anyway because there's no teleport here. Yeah, I was dumb for doing that. So let me go to my base. So you could teleport to any teleportation place from your base. Jeez, that PvE, PvP discussion really went long. Because I just had to show the Prime Worm. This is how that's why my videos take so long. This is why my videos take so long. I just want to share this stuff. My videos are not long purposefully for ad revenue. Trust me, I do not make money, a lot of money off this stuff. A very small channel. I make money from my job, not from YouTube. I do this for, I don't know, just for the enjoyment of it, really, just to kind of spread, just to help people, you know, just spread the information. Anyway, so I'm back at this teleporter. This is where I first started. I literally ran down here. This is a Diggy Boy, by the way. I'll talk about them later, but I just want to show them because they're so cute. They're really cute. They're like little Diggy Boys. Hey, Diggy. That's that guy's Diggy Boy. When I first started, I ran down here. And this guy's been here for a while, too. He came here shortly after on the day one. I came down here and I placed my camp, which is T. So you have a temporary base that you can place, and I don't want to place mine here. But it's, you know, when you're starting out, you don't have resources to build a base, you can just plop your temporary camp down, and it'll let you cook stuff, boil water, craft basic stuff, you know, without having to build all the workbenches and stuff. And then I went this way, and I seen a guy up on this hill, and I thought, I want to be up high so I can use my, you know, gliding ability to travel. Because I didn't know that there was cars and vehicles and teleports and stuff in the game yet. And the guy had his house here, I remember, and I was like, wow, I like this spot. You can, like, glide down from there, glide down from there, glide down from there. I remember the first time I seen that event, I was like, what the heck is that? But I ended up making my base right over there, so I'm going to try to get there. Do a little glide. So those events right down there, that guy's been there since day one too down there as well. Those events are just little like mini events that you get currency, you fight a boss or something like that, and you get stuff from it. They're arcaded though. They're nice little quick events. So first day you want to get your base going. You don't want to spend too much time on your base. You could do a little bit more than that one guy did, 4 platforms and the basics, but if you're in a rush, that's actually, you know, pretty good. Oh, I was wondering why I was running so slow. Look at my drink and my water and my food. So let me get some food and water. I got really good food and water. Should fill it all the way up in one shot. There, look at that. I was like, why am I running so slow? So, where was my first base? This way? I remember I couldn't even figure out how to get up here the first time when I was like such a noob. How do I climb up? So this was a nice little flat area. I put a little deck that kind of overhung that. Yeah, it was really nice. I was here for a while. But I wanted to come up here just to reminisce a little bit and also to show you whispers. So you see how I snapped? It's kind of like a scan. Shows you space-time stuff. These are people that left these little whisper marks, which are like notes. And I left one right here. Somewhere up here. I left one around here somewhere. I wasn't in a cowboy hat. There I am. So I left the whisper right here. And just says my first base. Here was my first base. Had fun building it, learning the game, beating first boss with family and friends. Stayed up all night and had a blast. And the cool thing is, like, people can upvote them, right? What is that? Why is that? In Chinese, it says you can't upvote it. Anyway, you can attach like your own pictures, which I thought was really neat. My little noob self, right? I got my Twitch drops on, day one Twitch drops. Actually, this would probably be this. I did this. This wasn't day one. I did this when phase 2 started. I was about to move my base, and I took this in remembrance. But these little whispers are neat. So you can take a picture of yourself, right? And then I got whispers in my slot down here. They're easy to craft. And you actually have to do this as part of like the quest, the seasonal quest. So you just place one, and then you can, you know, write a title, put something in there, drop a picture from your album in there if you want. Leave your image if you want. You can search for other people's messages if you want to find one again. You can look at your old messages. I think ones that you liked as well. And then if people like yours, if somebody comes in and like yours, you get these little popular post gifts. I don't know how many likes it takes. It might be like every like you get one of these. And then it's just little stuff like some Stardust These are all the good stuff. Gunpowder, stardust. These are all the things you want. These are like the main materials you want to get for crafting. That's a main crafting material. That's for ammo. That's for heals. So they give you some really nice stuff just for people liking them. So you kind of want to put these where you think they're going to get a lot of attention. Maybe put a tip in there to help people out and tell people something's there. And that's kind of what they're for. Like if you're walking around looking for something and you see a whole bunch of these, you know there's something going on here. Like, because they're not everywhere. They're just, people usually drop them where there's something special. And they're cross-server. I think cross-world maybe. Maybe not cross-server, but cross-world. And so keep an eye out for them. But if they get on your nerves and you don't like them, this is one thing I found out. Go to settings. Under gameplay, all the way down, you can turn them off here. Display whispers on or off. So that's how you turn them on and off. That was a long ways to get here, show you that, and show you where I was at. So, what do you do now? You picked the server, you went through the tutorial, you maybe got a little bit of a base going. So how do you build the stuff in your base? So you hit O, you go over to Memetics, and then this is like your, not your spec, well, it's like your Memetic spec, but it's like your crafting spec. So you gotta flush these out. I'll try to go through real quick. I'm not going to touch all of them. You definitely need, for a base, you need wooden supports. You're going to need doors and windows and basic storage and maybe stairs. You can skip furniture. So I would say for in here building started out, boom, 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 boom. You're good. Garage. Need a garage. Absolutely want a garage. This gives you a motorcycle. Your first mode of transportation. You need that. I didn't realize that for a while when I was running everywhere. Get a garage, get it up and going as soon as you can. You got a bike. Eventually, you can upgrade that bike to a car, to a Hummer. There's all kinds of vehicles, trucks, and a big rig, right? So I think out of here, that's what you want. You don't have to worry about defenses at first or anything like that. You can get like displays if you want to hang up a portrait, like one of your screenshots. Territory expansion's nice. I think you can do this in phase 1. I remember doing this right away. So if you want to make sure you claim your area and you want to claim the full maximum area, you'd want to come down here, get territory expansion. It makes it twice the size. So I think it changes it from an 8x8 to a 16x16 or something like that. And that's about it, like starting off, and then you get into more advanced stuff down here. For logistics. So this is like food and stuff. So a stove is important. You're going to definitely want some dishes. You're maybe going to want air drying this stuff. So when you make food, it spoils over time. So you constantly got to kill deer, cook the food. After a while, it spoils. So you want to take care of that as best you can. One way of doing that is air drying, where you make these meats, gives you energy. It costs you a little hydration, but finding drinking water is not hard at all. You can go to any water source and just collect infinite amount of water. Go back to your stove and boil it. Done. Like, it takes a little bit of time, but you can stick it. Doesn't spoil. You can stick that in a chest, and you got a good source of water. You come back to your base, you stock up. So drying racks are a good beginning thing to make food that doesn't expire out of the meat that you make. It does take a long time to process that, though. You got air drying. I never used that. Oh no, that's a drying rack. I thought that was something else. Dishes 2 gives you some more advanced dishes, and then there's recipes all over the world. Vending machine lets you sell stuff. That's not that big starting out. Rainwater collection system's a good one to have if you're in an area that rains. If you're not in an area that rains, you're not going to get water. And then water storage, this is almost a must-have for a lot of stuff later on. You're going to, any kind of plumbing system you develop is going to need a place to store oil, water, stuff like that, transfer buckets. So it's good to have that. Then you can get into water filters later. Solar generator is probably going to be your first power source. It's going to give you these little, nodes. Give you a solar generator. They work daytime, nighttime. It doesn't matter. Think of them like a generator. It doesn't need gasoline. But solar is the lower end, and eventually you go on and have different higher end power units. I'm not going to get into them. Planting, you can go around and gather plants, and occasionally you get seeds. You could take those seeds and plant them into this stuff. You can just plop that on the ground and plant them in that. Or you can get planter boxes. You can get a compost bin that makes fertilizers and different types of fertilizers to help them grow. Then you can get grow lights, which gives them light 24/7 instead of just the daytime, which helps them grow faster. You can get auto sprinklers that, you know, have like a 3 block radius. They'll just spray like a 3 flower block, a 3 planter box radius. So you can make like a 5x5 almost and put one of them in the middle. But all that's kind of later on. You'll get to that. Starting out, you won't need that. I'm just kind of letting you know. Brewing barrels are important later on. You make acid. This corn ale, you get that recipe. That's really good. It just stops sanity for 30 minutes and clears up all sanity. So sanity is when you go into a polluted area, your backpack will start beeping. And then, I can't use my mouse, but it'll start eating away at your max HP, right? And it happens a lot, and it happens frequently. And you constantly, in the beginning, I was constantly eating these sanity gummies, just constantly eating them. I didn't really pay attention too much that you could just get some corn, plant some corn, dump that corn into a fertilizer barrel, and you're good to go. It'll take care of the sanity for you. It'll wipe out what you got and prevent it for 30 minutes at a time and keep you fully, you know, your thirst taken care of. So that's this, basically food, water, planning. That's logistics. They should call this like something other than logistics. Translations are kind of wonky in the game. Crafting. So these are your crafting benches, which you're going to need. Crafting supplies for ammo and stuff. Gear bench is how you craft, is where you craft like your weapons and armor. You'll get a little gun, you'll get a little bat to use starting out, and then you could purchase this if you want. But really, if you just start running around doing clearing the areas, you'll eventually get like blueprints for this better stuff. What you do want is ammo. So a little tip to a lot of people waste ammo. Your starting bow is really good one-shot stuff. It's very good for hunting. So you use bow and arrows, nice and cheap. You don't need gunpowder. You don't need acid. You can shoot them at deer. You can save your ammo for mobs that are shooting back at you. Bronze or copper is what you want to start off with, and then eventually you want to move up. Don't use the AP. See where it says Stardust Source is one of the ingredients? No. That's a very important ingredient. You don't want to waste that and blow. That's 4 per ammo bundle. You don't want to waste that. That's expensive, and for a little bit of damage it adds. The AP ammo is a no. Don't do it. Move on to this one, which I think is steel. So then steel, as you can see, it's just ingots and then 1 gunpowder, which is what you use acid to make gunpowder. So, you know, you move up to your next tier of ore, and that's good. You'll be using that for a while until phase... steel phase 3 opens up, I think. Is it 2 or 3? I don't know. I think when 2 opens up, you can get to it, but it'll take you a little bit of time to get to it. So you'll be using steel for a little bit. Skip the AP. Skip any AP. I think this was steel AP, yeah. You'll have to go through it, but don't make AP ammo. And then eventually you're at tungsten. So your tungsten is same thing. It's just an ingot, which you can get a lot of, and gunpowder. And then advanced ammo is AP again. So unless you're at endgame, and you got a ton of stardust to blow, as you can see, I'm not even spec'd into it. I'm not even bothering with that. So ammo is very important to have. Melee builds are not feasible for like main use. They're backups. They're good for when you're running around and you can kill lower level stuff really easily. You can one-shot them with your melee and just move through real fast when you're doing your farm runs and stuff like that. HP recovery is how you craft your kits, so that's important. Tools are important. Your tools aren't in this one, but they're important. Synthesis bench is how you make explosives. So this is like you can make drones and shields and explosives and all kinds of crazy stuff. I went through here. I don't mess with any of this. I went all through that for the synthesis tower, so I could craft level 3 cortexes, which I'll get into later. Anyway, so in the beginning, ammo, workbenches, really all you need. You'll find a lot of heals in chests and stuff. You should be okay with that. If not, grab that and craft it. In infrastructure, this is your tools and your smelting and stuff. This is very important. You always want your best pickaxe, copper, bronze, Make your next best one. Steel pickaxe. Your axe pickaxe is the same thing. So you don't need an axe for wood and then a pickaxe. It's all one. Use the same thing. Until you get into chainsaws. Chainsaws are amazing. Electric drills are amazing. They're end game stuff. When it gets into a point where people get solar powered electric drills, buy one ASAP at all costs. They are the absolute best, and it'll almost eliminate the need to mine after a day. You'll just get so much stuff. But this is also your smelting and your forging, so you need all this anyway. So you gotta have the pickaxes anyway to smelt tungsten. As you can see, I don't care about the tungsten pickaxe because I got the other stuff. Solar, these platforms will mine and log for you. I don't think they're worth it. I don't think they're worth the energy. I'd rather spend my energy on other stuff. Fuel refining, so you can make gas out of raw fuel. Ore detectors absolutely suck. Don't bother with them. I think I only got that one for a quest I had to do. So that's kind of the, the crafting thing. Now they cost these things, these meme points, the Memetic points, and they cost a little bit of energy link, which is the currency. But you can respec them anytime you want. Like ore detector. Why do I even have that? I'm just wasting a point. So hit F, and you'll get your full points back and part of the money that you spent. 30% of the currency. So, and really the main thing you want is the points back, right? So you can adjust all these. I don't need the mining platforms. I'm probably never going to use them. I bought them because I was going to use them, but I'm never going to use them. I don't even need the material anymore, and if I did, I'll just go do. I'll just go use my thing. Disassembly bench. Skip that one. One of the most important things. One of the first things you should build is a disassembly bench. Disassembly bench allows you to disassemble your materials into raw materials. You need that to be able to craft any of this stuff. So this is that's actually the most important thing. So now, again, Memetics. This is important. A lot of newbies miss this. Go to your Memetics Specialization. I think it's every 5 levels you get one of these. These are random. It's like Vampire Hunters. When you do thing comes up, it's random what comes up, and then you got to pick one. You get 5. You get 5 things you can select. Pick the best one. These are game changing. Some of these can make you rich. Like you can smelt silver and gold bars from silver and gold ore. That means you can smelt silver bars and sell them to vendors and sell out to vendors, and you're rich. My wife got like 4 of the S tier ones, or 5 of the S tier ones, 2 of the best money makers in the game. I was just like, what? I would be so rich if she absolutely had no idea what to do with them really, or didn't really use them. But she had enough knowledge to pick the best ones. And she got lucky with the rolls and got all the great ones. I was so jealous. I was just like, oh my god. I got some okay ones. I'm not too unsatisfied with them, but do your research on this. Maybe I'll do a video later. If not, look up somebody else's video. Be very selective. You can reset them, but you can only reset like 1 a week. You get 1 of these currencies a week. Or per phase, I should say, to reset them, so you're limited on the amount of resets. So be very picky and careful about which ones you're choosing, and then you can do your resets if you made a mistake later. I'm not sure what these are. Memory fragments. This is something new. You can put these in we find these randomly whenever you use a controller. You won't know what that is probably, but just as you're playing the game, you'll find these randomly, and I guess you can use them to force something. I've never used one before. It's kind of something they just put in. This specialization, I'm not even sure what this does. I think it unlocks, like it focuses on Sparksmith, so it focuses on energy. If you do this one, it's going to focus on prospecting stuff. So I'm not exactly 100% sure what this is, though. Anyway, that's beyond newbie stuff. This is a beginner's guide. There's a lot to this. It's going to be a long guide. There's a lot to this game, which is confusing at first, but I love. There's just so much. Every time I think I'm done doing something, there's 100 other things to do. It definitely will keep you busy. All right, so that's the Memetics. So, again, Memetics is over here. Cradle. The thing on your back that keeps your little, what do they call deviants that you can use, your combat deviants. There's base deviants too. So go into Cradle. Each one of these slots is unlocked by doing a specific area, like a boss fight, I think. So you want to work on getting these unlocked. It tells you which, like when it's not unlocked, it'll tell you what you got to do to unlock it when you hover over it. But basically, you can put any of these in here. The rows don't matter. I could do all 4 of these if I wanted. I could do these 4 and these 4. It's just what limits it is how many slots you got. So it's completely free. You can reset it anytime you want. I can pull this out right now and put something else in there. Right? How do I put something else? F. U, get rid of it. F to put it in. And you want to go through these. Mine are specifically selected for my build, and yours should be specifically selected for a build you like. If you have no build, you know, if you're using melee, just kind of, you know, use common sense when you're selecting these. But eventually these are very important. They add a lot of damage to your builds depending on what kind of build. Like mine's a frost vortex build, so right here, killing an enemy with continuous frost vortex damage increases damage by 20% for 10 seconds, stackable up to 3 times. So that's a lot of extra damage. Yeah, so just make sure you're not missing out on that. This is your build, your crafting stuff, and then this is your little Cradle spec. Oh geez, what to get into now? Blueprints are important. Let's go into that. So we are in Memetics Cradle here. So backpack, gear, Memetics Cradle. That's just like hitting you. Blueprints. Blueprints are how you get better weapons and armor. If you find a gun in this game, in a chest or something, you can use it, but you can't repair it. And you actually will want to scrap it later because that's how you get calibration blueprints. So, but the only way to make a gun that's actually yours that you can repair and use long term and modify and make better and improve, you have to craft it yourself. In order to craft it yourself, you have to have blueprints. So what does that mean? So let's go over to shotguns. So you got different rarities like sucky, less sucky, not bad, best, right? These yellow ones will usually come from the wish machine that you can buy for 8,000 Starcrom. Purple ones usually come from higher end zones that you can find, drop for boss mobs, and then green and blue in the low and intermediate zones. Do you see when I hover over these, I own these. See how it doesn't have whatever the symbol is, the backwards K? I don't know what that symbol is. That means I own these. I can craft these. This one I don't have. See how it says 0 of 80? You can get fragments from here, places here and there, like in the world. If you get 80 fragments, you can then craft it. It'll turn yellow like this. Like, see how I have 60 of 40 fragments for this shotgun? That means I can craft this. I can claim the blueprint for this shotgun. Is what that means. Some stuff like this you can't find in the world. You just get those. You just can buy it from like the wish machine, or if you gamble the wish machine, where you randomly get stuff, you can randomly get fragments, and eventually, if you get enough fragments, then you could craft it. I'll show you the wish machine later, but I'm just gonna tell you now: don't gamble starting out. Gambles later on. Don't just buy. Save up your money and buy exactly what you want. Research a build or take an educated guess, and buy what you want. So yeah, if I hit F right now, it would lock this in. It would use 40 of those fragments and build this, and then I would be able to craft it. So I could craft that, I could craft that. Can't craft that because it has a K, so I could craft that, I could craft that. You know, I found all these throughout the game. Some good ones that you'll run into. The Icy's real good. You can make a build out of that. I just made a build guide video. I'll be putting that out if I haven't put it out before this video. So look that up, or look up somebody else's Icy build. But you can get this and some armor that supports it for free. You don't have to spend any Starcrom. And I'll get into what Starcrom is later. What other one do people like that's free? This one, the Outsider, is a power surge. This was my starting weapon that somebody gave me, and then I found the blueprint and I started using it. It's not a bad weapon at all, and power surge isn't a bad build to get into, although I didn't build the armor for it. All the weapons are good. Snipers are good. I never had one of these launchers before. AKs are good. Like all the weapons are really well done. The pistol, the shotguns. Here, I'll give you real quick before I end the weapons. I don't know much about pistols. They're used mostly on PvP, I think, but people like them. They're strong. For shotguns, where is it? This Corrosion, Power Surge Corrosion. That's a strong build I hear. I haven't used it myself. The Icy Rain is really good. That's what I use. This, I don't know. Oh, the Outer Space is the other one that's really good. People like because it's Power Surge. For rifles, people like the Last Valor. The shrapnel builds are the strongest right now. Snipers are really fun. You can do a bounce sniper or you can do a bullseye sniper. I prefer the bullseye sniper. That's the one I built. It's a very cool way to play, but all snipers are fun, but the bullseye is really nice. The BoomBoom is a machine gun that uses burn. The Predator is a machine gun that uses fast gunner builds, so fast gunner just like sprays out more bullets like haste. Supposed to be really good. Crossbows were support, I think. I don't think there's any real builds because it's only one magazine. There's not a lot of builds that are like a crossbow build. It's like more like a support secondary weapon. A lot of people use this. Hitting a weak spot with it will give it bullseye on the target, as well as causing all your weapons, so your weapon in your other slot, to have a plus 30% crit rate, which is, there's not a lot of stuff with crit rate in this game, so that's huge. So basically what people do is they swap over to this, boom, they shoot something in the head, like a boss, weak spot, and then they swap back to their main gun, and now they got plus 30% crit on their main gun for 15 seconds. Or for 10 seconds. Was it 15? 10 seconds. And then melee weapons are more like support weapons. They're really good. Melee in the beginning is awesome because you don't have a lot of ammo. This is a really good one that you can get from Fishing Quest. That goes well with Frosty Vortex. This one goes well if you got a Power Surge build. Axe is good. Camping knife is good. Bat's okay. Torch sucks. But these are supportive, right? So you're not using these as main weapons. You're just not. You're not doing it. They're more support weapons or when you're fighting lower level enemies. Alright, so that's blueprints. Oh, and then these stars on the blueprints. Like, I don't know how this is a 3-star. I don't remember leveling that up at all. I don't know how I got a 3-star camping knife. But as you level up these blueprints, when you find other blueprints, you can put them towards it so you can enhance it. Let's see if I can enhance this one. Yeah, so like I could take this bow that I have, stick it in there, and I'm going to enhance this by using this bow blueprint stuff that I got, that I could make the bow, and I could enhance this weapon, and eventually when I get 360 it's going to get another star. And then you can max these blueprints out at 5-star, which basically just gives it a better base rating. So my tier right now is tier 5 because I'm above level 40. If I craft something at level 1, I'll be crafting at tier 1. So tier has to do with what level you are. Once you're level 40, you can craft max tier 5 weapons. And then if you can build these up over time, they'll be even more powerful. But you can't, the way it's designed, you can't really do that in one season. It's going to take multiple seasons to get enough blueprints because it's very limited to pump a gun up. If you played smart, you could probably make one build and then pump that build up or something like that. I'm spread over multiple builds. I didn't know what I was doing at first, plus I wanted to try multiple builds. But yeah, my understanding is it's going to take multiple seasons, which is another thing. I guess I could get into wipes at another part of the video, but like the blueprints don't get wiped out. All your progress, like this is your main progress, your blueprints, believe it or not. These are the most important things. You know, armor as well. Same thing with the dots. You got to collect all this armor. So this is your main game, building this up from season to season and getting your account more powerful and more powerful so that when you get a start, you can start stronger and harder. I think they're going to have harder servers as well. So this is a novice server. They'll probably have a harder version later in other seasons. And then you can start jumping on them harder things that probably have better rewards that can make you even stronger. You know what I mean? There's like it's a wipe, but it's a wipe that leads you into progression. It doesn't totally wipe you. Like all the important stuff gets kept. All the inconsequential stuff gets taken away each wipe. So now as far as armor, they have sets, right? So you have your little, even the little stupid blue ones have set pieces, bonuses, 4 set bonuses. So you want to find a set that goes well with what you're doing. Like this heavy duty one goes well with the icy. It goes well with the electrical one. I've already forgot what it's called because I'm getting tired. You can find these purple ones and blue ones throughout, or again in the wish machine you can buy. Like I own this one. This is a great one for shock, frost, elemental type builds. You want to get a 4-piece, or you want to get a 3-piece and a 2-piece, right? So you have 6 armor slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hat, mask, gloves, boots, legs, chest. However, one of them is always going to be a key armor. See where it says about underneath the name? It says key armor. And it has this little like shine bow glare right here. That means it's a key armor piece. You can only wear 1 key armor piece. But the key armor piece is your critical part. That's the part that's the game changer, right? Like if this was Diablo, this would be the thing that changes your impale to do plus 60,000 damage. It's not that crazy, but this is the thing that kind of makes or breaks your build, defines your build. The key part is the build definer. The rest is more like support stats. So you're always going to have 1 key part, so it leaves you with 5 slots. So you're either going to want to run a 4-piece and then something else with a decent 1, usually max HP or speed, or you're going to want to do a 2-piece bonus and then a 3-piece, depending on how you're trying to do it. They're usually the configuration. So you'll have 1 key and either a 4-piece and a 1, like I have, or you'll have a 3-piece and a 2-piece. And then you'll have a melee weapon that supports this well, and then you'll have either, like I'm using dual of the same weapon, because the durability is crap on these because they shoot so fast, so I want 2 of them to have double the durability. Or you'll have 1 primary weapon and then like your crossbow for the weak spot damage, or a sniper rifle just for sniping stuff. Like if you have a shotgun build, you're going to want something that can shoot far away. You know what I mean? So you'll probably want like a sniper rifle or a crossbow or something that can shoot far away. Hit C for stats is a little tip, so you can kind of see what's going on. All your stats are live. So even when you, like, if I had a buff and I flipped in here real quick and looked at it, I'd be able to see what the buff was doing. So quick explanation. This is your base weapon damage. That's your PSI intensity. So this is like elemental damage. Just like, so your elements will say like, where does it say? So some of the stuff will be like, it hits for, yeah, here it goes. So Frosty Vortex generates ice spikes that deal frost damage of 100% PSI intensity. So my frost spikes are going to do 745. If you're doing burn, your burn might be 10% PSI intensity per tick or something like that. So it'll do 74 or something like that, or 75. Max HP, self-explanatory. Pollution resistance. Pollution is like stardust polluted areas, and that kind of eats away at your health, gives you sanity issues. That's what we were talking about earlier. Then you got all your other bonuses, mobility, excuse me, all your damage reductions. What is it? This talks about your deviant, and so that's about it. So that's gear. Then the thing that augments your build other than gear are your mods. So you can do like the silos and the bosses, and they'll drop mods. These mods will give you stuff like, this is a really good one. This is why Frost Vortex is great. When a Frost Vortex disappears, you restore 10 hit points. So every time you shoot something, proc one of those Frost Vortex, and it goes away, it's going to heal you for 10% hit points. That's wonderful. It's like the best heal in the game. Even though this isn't the best damage in the game, and it eats your durability, it eats your ammo, it's great for healing. you know, so you got one on your weapon, you got one in your armor. So I'm not going to go through the build. Like I said, if you want to see this build, I'll show it to you in another video. Check out my channel, hit like, hit subscribe, and then go look at my video. One thing that is a little bit important on these mods when you're farming for them is the attribute effects kind of contribute a lot. Also, speaking of which, on your weapons, so you have mods, you have accessories that you can unlock. So you'll want to fill these out with accessories. They'll give you stuff like better stability, better accuracy, more ammo capacity, optics, zooms. So you want to have your accessories all filled out. But also, this is more end game, but I'm going to show you anyway because I'm here. Where is it? Oh, I need to be at my workbench, but you can calibrate these up to +10 to give you more damage. And then this calibration attribute, you'll have a base one that's here, but when you get a droppable item, let's say I got a I don't know what the rarity is, legendary orange yellow version of a SMG that's dropped, so you know it's not mine, I can't repair it, I can use it until the durability's out, but that's it. When I scrap that, it'll give me a calibration blueprint, different than a normal blueprint. And then you can take that and insert that and change this calibration to whatever it is. Once you use it, it's wiped out, but you put it in here. So that's what gave me more magazine capacity and gave me a whole bunch of crit. So this is very important to get this crit. Doesn't come from a lot of places, so very important for my build to get crit there. So just want to kind of point that out. There's some customizations to the weapons. You can go around, find the weapons. You can't buy any weapons on the Cashshop. This game is not pay to win in any way that I've found so far. I've never been pressured to pay money for this game in any way, shape, or form. I did buy the Battle Pass, and that's solely because I love the game so much. They deserve something. So I figured, let me get the Battle Pass. I'll get this cool armor set and just kind of show, like, hey, I was here Season 1. You know what I mean? Yeah, great game so far. What else do we need to talk about? Base building, I guess. So we talked about specs and all that stuff. Mining and looting and chopping trees is a big part when you're older, or when you're younger, but when you're older, not so much really. You get the solar jet, the solar drill, and watch how fast I can just chow one of these down. That's any drill. Solar drill auto repairs in daylight. That's what makes it nice. So your other drills, if you just do a normal drill, that'll also do any node that fast. It'll eventually wear out and you got to build another one. Solar drill, so if you don't have the spec, you can buy that from somebody. So as soon as people are making them and selling them, buy one ASAP. Buy a chainsaw. Chainsaws are the same. Then you just walk up and they're like, rah. There is no such thing as a solar chainsaw, I don't think, so they will run out. But one chainsaw is going to net you so much wood. It'll be sickening. You'll never have to want for wood again. You'll just stick it all in a chest and you'll be good for the rest of the game. Another tip real quick is always kill rabbits. Kill rabbits and skin them. You have a chance for a cute little rabbit deviant that I haven't gotten yet. That's just a little, kind of not really a newbie guide thing. It's a tip. Let me go to my base. I want to show you just general layouts of your base and how bases function. And kind of what you want in them. Now my base is very Spartan. I built it with the idea that I was going to have to do battles. And then I realized, oh, I don't have to do battles, so I kind of changed it. And I was just like, I got too much stuff in here to even think about moving. There's my little nutcracker deviant protecting my base. Got my oil refineries in here, producing, taking my crude oil and producing it into portable oil. I got super refineries. I can take that portable oil and if I wanted to have it do premium. I got water running down to this osmosis machine, filtering it, which runs it into here and gives me fresh water. And I don't know why I got impure acid in there. Some pumping impure acid. I got my brewing barrels, which is where you can make food from, but that's also producing my acid. Through this magical doorway that you get through a deviant. I got another room over here with I got my deviant generators, because if you see my backpack, there's numbers on them. So got your numbers, that means there's deviant energy here, so the generators are going to be, you know, so you can see my sanity slowly slipping away, my HP. I got water pumps that are producing crude oil, because this is an oil field, and because I have deviant energy here, it's producing corrupted water, polluted water, which is then being filtered through an osmosis machine and turning into impure acid, which I can then take over here, dump into my barrels, and that'll form it into regular acid that I can use for making items and more importantly gunpowder. You got your automobile workstations, right? So you can go in here and craft your automobile. Ooh, they got different skins. Nah, I only got classic. Vehicle selection list. So you start with your motorcycle, then you can do a coupe, then you can do an all-terrain vehicle. This is more this is fast, kind of maneuverable, but smacks on everything. This can run over a lot of stuff, little easier to maneuver than the all-terrain. And this one's like the tank that not a lot of stuff stops, like rocks and stuff can go over it, but it's not slow, but it turns poorer. And then this is for, like, you can make a pickup truck that you can actually build on. A lot of people build platforms and put their vending machines on them, so you can sell stuff to other players. Just gonna run over the basics of a base real quick. These are your Memetic little chambers that you can make to put your Memetics in. I got eels that help me produce energy. I got that little lady from the end game. She's a storyline. These are your Diggy Boys that they'll dig out the ore for you just passively, right? So collect some. I just collected it not that long ago. There's my dude who protects my base. Frog guy helps your furnaces. Dragon helps you cook. This guy walks around and like gets you scrap and stuff, raw materials, rubber, stuff like that. There's my little sploogey. I got a combat guy right now, this guy. But the other guy I liked was this slime ball. When you pop him out, he heals you and heals your sanity. Very good early game. Very good to have that heal and to have that sanity reduction. He was my favorite dude. I had a hard time letting him go. I just recently let him go for the jellyfish because it complements my build. Got a little mushroom dude, helps me garden, and some more Diggy Boys. Now, if you look into here, F, you can remove them by hitting U and put somebody else in there. Skill rating is, where does it say? Activity. So skill is battle, activity is housing, if I'm not mistaken. And then more traits. You can set their mood, so when he's max mood, when his mood goes all the way up, that's when he triggers and he goes out and he can work longer. Or I think it defaults to 30. I always put my guys up to 100 or whatever their max is. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. But if you notice when you're in here, it tells you what makes them happy. If you can make them happy, their mood goes faster, allows them to do more housework. Also, out in the field, if it's a combat, then if it's your combat guy, then you want him to refresh quicker. So as you can see, I got my combat guy over here by himself. He's got full happy. So I got light, I got low temperature. He's next to my refrigerator. Plus, I'm running electricity to him because he's my combat dude. I want him to refresh fast. These are little toys. Some of them demand toys. Some of them demand music. I got the music turned off right now. It's called streamer mode, so you can't hear the radios. So that's good to use also if you just don't want to hear the radios. I like the music that the radios play. Oh, my trinkets, collection table. Yeah, just some decoration. So the wish machine. Do not gamble in the wish machine. If you hit F, it says make a wish. Make a wish takes you into this gambling thing. Click on it, hit play. Little dudes come out. You whack them with a whack-a-mole hammer. There's no skill needed. You don't have to like, oh my god, I missed one. It's literally just, if you whack one, it costs you 500, and then you get a chance to get something for each whack. And then you'll get like 10 whacks or whatever, and then I don't know what the limit is. Maybe until your money runs out. I have no idea. But don't do it because the chances are very slim, right, to get the good stuff. When you start out, save your money up, buy the weapon you want, buy the armor you want for the build you want, do some research, watch a couple videos, you know, take some time, figure out what kind of build you'd want. If you're not sure, do my Icy build, check out my channel, look into gear, watch somebody else's Icy build. You don't need these expensive pieces of armor. You can run Icy with just heavy duty armor set, which you can get for free just throughout the game. This Frost Tactical, I don't know if I got this for free or not. I might have bought this, I'm not sure. This might be the only one, but because it's purple, it's only going to be like 1,000 or something. I don't know. Let's go see if they even have it. So anyway, Wish Machine, hit G. See where it says Blueprint Shop? Hit G, and that's where you buy. So weapons are usually, for good weapons, the legendary ones are 8,000, purple ones are 2,000. So SMG, is Icy in here? No. Outer Spaces, that's a popular one. Yeah, so these are all 8,000 weapons. You go down here, here's your key items, you know, the things that make or break your build, the things that change the way your build works, they're all in here. So look at these, get an idea, like, what does bounce do? What does shrapnel do? What does burn do for your key items? And that'll give you an idea of how it interacts with that effect. And then you have your sets. Very easy, just a few sets, right? This is an elemental set that I use for my frost build. It's also good for, you know, electricity build. Bastille set, not ballista set. Bastille set is very good for sniper builds. Lone Wolf set is good for what? Crit damage. So that gives you a crit bonus damage. I could actually use that if I wanted to in place of... If I wanted to go at crit damage instead of elemental damage, I could use Lone Wolf set. So again, my advice, do not gamble. It's a waste of money. I think gambling, after you buy like a few sets, you 100% guaranteed you got a build going or 2 builds going. Then at that point, just maybe gambling's worth it, right? Because you don't care if you get crap, because you're just collecting everything anyway. All right, so now for crafting. This is my crafting side. This is the assembly bench. Select all. Here's all the stuff. What is a harpoon? So that's a high quality item. So this is what you're going to get when you scrap all this stuff. Disassemble anything that's in scrap can get disassembled. You're never going wrong. You're never like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Tools, on the other hand, you don't want to disassemble your chainsaw by accident. So really in tools, there's not much I ever want to disassemble. Weapons, the no drop weapons should show up here, not your crafted weapons. But you can do contains blueprints, so anything that has like a blueprint. And then armor, usually it doesn't have blueprints. It usually just gives you stuff. And then you can scrap these blue. Look how many blueprints I got. I don't know if there's a limit. I really don't think there's a limit. But here, let me just scrap one. I'm just looking for a reload speed. I don't care about that. And that gives you weapon mod parts if you disassemble a mod. Weapon mod parts you use for crafting. Alright, so that's important. Always want to use that. Supplies workbench. You got normal and advanced. This is where you're going to craft like your solar drills, your basically your tools, your items, elixirs, bait, weird things like that, and then ammo. And then this is your weapon crafting bench. So this is where you gotta go to repair. I do need to repair that. Hit F, boom, repair it up. I need to make ice cubes. I keep forgetting to make ice cubes. My gear looks good, don't need to repair that. This is where you can calibrate. So if I wanted to replace that calibration, if I had a blueprint, it would be over here. I could just use it. I don't think it pulls from your chest either. And I should probably... I didn't realize my calibration was down. Let me see. Let me get that up a little bit and see if I can go all the way up. I didn't realize I didn't do that all the way up. I do love my fishy weapon, and I have enough materials to do it now. So I'm just calibrating that damage up. Calibrating that damage up. So as you can see now, the Stardust source is taking 510, 6 of your platinum crystals. The ore I'm not worried about. I can smell ore. Boom, fully calibrated. Nice. I forgot I didn't calibrate that. So I have everything calibrated max. Both weapons calibrated, and now I have my melee. As far as crafting, very easy. You can, when I'm at tier 5, I can craft any tier I want. But when you're level 10, I think you're going to craft 10 to 30. So it would be 1, 11, 21, or 20, 30, 40. So that's what it goes. 1 through 9, 10 through 19. I can't think. 20 through 29, 30 through 39, 40 through plus. So once you're at tier 5, tier 4, you're crafting out your max. Usually what I do is I do tier 1. I try to skip until like tier 3 or 4. I usually like tier 1, tier 3 upgrade, and then try to hold on to my tier 3s until I'm at level 40. And, you know, I try to skip a little bit so I'm not wasting mats. I don't know if that was smart or not. Again, these are key items. You can tell by the rainbows. So you can look at them and see what they do. Like, this would be good for a shrapnel build. Just weapon crafting, same thing. It only shows you what you own, what ones you've unlocked. This guy here, synthesis bench, is where you do like explosives, weapons. I don't really use a lot of grenades and explosives or anything like that. These biomass missiles are for the Prime Wars. As you can see, they're very expensive, 20 per. Plus you need premium fuel. So I like literally traded some guy like 90 premium fuel. That was crazy. I shouldn't have did that. It was a lot. He gave me a schematic, calibration blueprint, and he just gave it to me. He was like, there you go. I was like, you want anything for it? And he was like, oh, I could use this, this, or this. I was like, I don't got none of that. I was like, here, I'll give you half of my premium fuel. That was a lot. I shouldn't have did that probably. But I use this to equip to do these Eclipse Cortexes. So let me remember to do that. So I'm going to swing around here. You got your kitchen to craft stuff. I got a lot of recipes. I spent a lot of time unlocking these recipes last couple of days. Refrigerator is good to put your raw materials in. Make sure that they'll extend their life, right? Like deviated corn doesn't have life. Just bread with jam does. I'm just going to eat that. Put that down there. Remember, I don't have anything else. But the refrigerator really, really extends the life to days. Like that one's going to last 5 real life days before it expires. I should probably just give that one away to somebody. Compost bin. Need that. Smelters, very simple. Yeah, you want to craft something, you just click on it. Do you have enough? You tell it to go. I need some tungsten. I need to go out and mine some more tungsten. I'm running low on that. There's a little frog deviant coming up and help. This dude cracks me up. I literally had a little stuffed frog toy that had eyes like that when I was a little kid, like 3-4 years old. I used to be able to like saddle it, so like my head would be like here. That's how big it was compared to me. Anyway, random memory just by looking at that. Fish tank is nothing. Yeah, that's about it. Let me go downstairs. Here, let me go upstairs, show you what plantations look like. So I have water that goes in here. I just dump it in here manually. That feeds the sprinkler in the middle. I got a grow light up top, and that hits all these planter boxes when I want to plant. I don't really need anything right now, so I don't have it running. Back downstairs. Show you the target dummies real quick. Target dummies are nice because they'll show you the damage that you do. Here's your damage per second and your total. Right, which is really nice. So you can see the icy vortexes. So every time one of them icy vortexes go, psh, 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 I heal 10% hit points. Crazy, right? And I got unlimited, not unlimited ammo, but it just reloads automatically. Anyway, the reason why I ran down here is once a week, at least. This resets once a week. You get to do 40 of them, right? So when you're low level, you're going to have tier 1s. You drop a tier 1 in there. You do the battle, right? 3 minutes, 1 elite mob, 15. You do a small battle, you're going to get 70 of them. You drop a bunch of them in there, you're going to get 4,340 of them. Tier 2, you drop 1 in there, it's worth 85. Oop. tier 3, which is the highest tier. You drop 1 in there, and it's worth 40. So obviously you want to do 40. I'm sorry, it's worth 100. You want to do 40 ones worth 100. So in 1 week you can get 4,000 Starcrom from this event. You can do this with a party of people in your hive, your clan, your guilds. They call them hives. So you get 4 people from your hive. You don't need 40 for each person. You need 40 for the event, and all of you get the reward equally. So it's a good way to do it. So me and my wife, every week, we combine our cortexes. If I don't have 40 tier 3s, I'll craft the 1s and the 2s and the 2s and the 3s. That's what I use that synthesis bench up there for. Until we get 40 of them. When we have 40 of them, we do the thing for the week. We get our 4,000. Okay, speaking of Starcrom, it's a very long video. There's so much of this, and this is just the basics. Speaking of Starcrom, currencies. So this is Energy Link is like your money, your dollars, right? That you build up by buying, selling things to vendors, getting it through quests. Starcrom is what you use to buy blueprints. That's all you use it for in the wish machine. That's it. Wish machine, Starcrom, but it's also the most important basic currency. You get that through this event. You get that through doing your seasonal goals, I believe. So when you do level 1, do enough to get level 1, you get 1,200, level 2, level 3. So every week you're going through, and let me tell you how I did that. Escape. This thing up here. The menus are so many menus, it confuses the hell out of people. It took me like 2 weeks to learn all these things. You go to seasonal goals. This was our first phase, second phase, third phase. We're now on 4th phase, and in 1 day and 10 hours. Really, 10 hours. That starts, oh, because this one was extended. So this one starts, that would be Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, something like that, maybe. The final phase will start, the Manibus, and then there's a phase after that where I guess like the server shuts down and we go to our other place. I don't know how it works, but there is a 6th stage for X amount of time, and then the reset happens, or 6th phase. But each one of these, you do this stuff up here. You get these Mako marks, right? Oh, I still got to do my backstabs. I thought I did all my backstabs. Okay. They're easy to do. It's like, during the Trent challenge, eliminate 1 Tangle Vine using an Incendiary Blast. That should be easy. I got to look through these before next week. Diablo's coming out tomorrow. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing the video, so I'm going to be very distracted with that. Diablo Season 5. I'm trying to knock out a couple of these once human videos I've been meaning to do. Anyway, every phase you do these. So you're getting Starcrom here. You're getting them every week from that thing. You're getting 2,000 to 4,000 every week from that thing. Your seasonal goals. Where else are you getting them from? You're getting them from your Prime Wars in PvE, and I'm assuming you're getting them from someplace in PvP. So like there's 9 Prime Wars. There's going to be Nightmare Prime Wars in the next phase. There'll probably be 3 more, I'm assuming. But like the easy ones, when you complete it, you get 800. So it's very important to get a win. Participate in a win gets you to 800. You got to get a rating, like say 1,000. I don't know if it's 1,000. It might be 800 on level 25. Once you get 1 rating that qualifies, you get the pass to do hard. And then you can go in and do a level 35 hard one. So there's 3 35 hard ones, so you can do all of them. 35s gives you 1,000, and then you got to get a rating high enough to get a pro pass, which I think might be 1,200 or 1,300 points. So I definitely didn't get it on that one. And then once you get the pro pass, then the next phase when they come out, these are the level 45 pro ones. You can go in there and do them. And then when you get, is that my highest rating on that one? So this is the one I did the pro. So you can see, obviously I was try-harding on this one because I wanted to get my pass. You can see translation isn't completely there yet. Still got some Chinese in there or whatever that is. But yeah, so I got my pass for that. Now I can do nightmares next week when it comes out. But if just to get the win, you get the currency. You got to get a score rating to move up. So that's not really novice stuff, but that's where you get Starcrom. So you're actually getting a lot of Starcrom. So I probably had, I don't know, I must have had 20 or 30,000 Starcrom so far this season. You know, just from all the sources of Starcrom that you get. But it is precious, and you don't want to waste it. You want to be very careful when you spend it. You want to make sure you kind of know what you're doing. It's not going to waste. It's going to a blueprint that you get to keep forever and that you're going to build up anyway eventually. But, you know, just real quick in the map, if you hit vending machines, it shows you all the player vending machines on this world. So this guy sells drills and god smelters. This guy sells... don't know, food. So if you're looking for a specific vending machine, you can kind of search around that way. This is your quest, so you can track. As you can see, I got a lot of little stuff that I've been trying to clear this stuff out. There's so many little side quests. Main thing is get your follow the Stardust. Get that done. When you're all done that, it'll just say do your season goals. Let's see. Commissions every week. You can get new commissions. I might check in this video real quick if the new commissions are out. It's just 5 easy quests. Your journey you want to get done. This is another source of Starcrom. It's tiny, but you know, it's a lot. It's 25 for each of these. 50. Was that 50? No, it's 25 for each. Plus you get controllers. Good source of controllers. Controllers when you fight a boss. It'll ask you if you want to use a controller to get premium loot or open it with no controller. You got enough control. You want to blow all your controllers before the season ends because they're going to wipe. So I still have like 50 of them. So I got to do like 50 more silos, 50 more bosses if I want to use all my controllers. It basically just ensures that you get good mods, weapons, stuff like that at the end. So basically rule of thumb is if it asks you for a controller, if it's a silo or a boss or a prime war or something like that, you want to use your controller. If it's like a crappy thing, probably not. But your journeys are pretty easy. I think I got these all done by phase 2. Hit F1 is all your friends and, you know, your cross server friends and your group requests, your friend requests, contacts. Somebody sent me a message. Somebody of my friends sent me a message. It's not very good. It doesn't really show you who it was if they're offline. So somebody offline sent me a message. I don't know who did it. Guide is your pet. That's like, I think he's your little bird. But it just brings up a website. What else do we have in here? It's telling me somebody sent me a message, but it doesn't show you the little ball like that. It'll show it to you if they're online. But if they go offline, then so escape. Let's look at this. This is your battle pass. Cashshop. You know, I'm not gonna go show you that, but none of it's pay to win at all. It's all cosmetic. Your battle pass. You know how much it costs. It's basically it's a little bit more than $1 per 100, something like that is what it equals out to be. And then in here in events, they usually have like little things like every week you get this. You get these. So I got 2,500 from that, and then next week another one. So they're going to drop some more stuff on you. So keep your eye on events, normal events. Regular events. Oh, I gotta buy these. Weekly limit. Get one of them. I usually just buy out the heals. Get some free heals. I don't need sanity gummies. I don't need the food. Cosmetic tokens. So there's multiple tokens. This is your currency that you buy here for cosmetics. You get cosmetic tokens for doing stuff. I mean, my cosmetic tokens, what do I want to buy with that? I forget where the cosmetic thing is. Cosmetic, Metapass, other. Here it is. So your cosmetic tokens are for in here. This is what I want. Once I get 60, I'm gonna buy a shelf. You can use those shelves to organize your chests and stuff. What do I want the rest of the stuff? This is probably the best thing. Gives you colorful badges. But I'm saving up for the shelf. Just stupid stuff like that. Every week you should buy one of these. It only costs $1 little. I got $1 million. Just gives you some Miko tokens or whatever they're called, which you can spend. It's so hard to navigate these menus, so I always forget, like, where's the Miko thing at? Is it in shop? Other? That's the meta. That's territory. Cosmetics. Where? This is what drives me nuts. There's just so many menus, and I'm just like, I don't know which one goes to the Miko things. I thought it was in shop. I'm thinking it's an escape. This is where you get the season info. This shows you all the different deviants that are available, what they do. Yeah, this is what I don't want to do. I don't want to flick through menus. Anyway, the Mako marks are for stupid little things that don't even really matter, like hairstyles and stuff like that. This little cat, I think, was a Mako mark. Decorations, they're almost meaningless. That's one of the currencies. But, you know, just cute stuff like that. Little lucky cat. That was a friendship reward, you know. This I got for completing season 1, I think, or something like that. I think that's about it. I think I'm about done. I think I covered a lot of stuff. You can sleep, but you don't have to. It says you feel rested, but I don't know if that does anything for you. I know if you have the cat deviant, he'll walk up to you and sleep with you, and it's supposed to make you gain weight or something. It's really weird. Try to think before I end the video. Is there anything else I need to tell you that would be good to know to get started? I think that's about it. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I think that's really honestly about it. On the map, so you start out over here. I'll just go over some of the stuff on the map real quick because I don't think I touched it. So teleporters you want to grab. Essentially, the gameplay. Let me talk about the gameplay loop. So the gameplay loop, when you start out, don't rush. You're going to have to do all this. I rushed and I missed all this stuff. You're going to have to do a lot of this stuff. My kid was rushing me around. Let's go do here, let's go do that. And instead of following my quest line, I start out leveling them, and I didn't want to go back, so I missed a lot of stuff. And I just had to go back and do it later when it was easier. But essentially, so I started, what, here? Where did I start? Here? It's hard to... Here. My base is here. I started here. So the first place they send you is over here at Deadsville to the first town. You talk to people, you get quests. There's a quest here I didn't pick up. And all these quests are good, but essentially the gameplay loop, here's a quest I didn't go to get my Diggy Boy. I just found all those Diggy Boys. I didn't even do the first quest for the very first Diggy Boy. But these little villages here with the check marks, that means I completed them. When you go to them, and these are the main gameplay loop. When you go to them, it's going to tell you, hit the anchor, activate it, find the deviant chest, find 2 loot crates or gear crates, kill 15 normal mobs. It might say kill like 1 elite mob. It'll have a little list of things to do, but it'll be that standard list or some version of it. And then that's it. You complete it. The main thing you want to do is get the mystical chest from all of these. So while you're there doing that, you might as well do all the other stuff and complete it. And that's the kind of gameplay. Also in here is going to be like resources. So you're going to be looting all these resources. You come back, you deconstruct it. That's where you get your crafting materials from. So that's the gameplay loop. Go in here, explore this town. It's a cool little town. And then, you know, go to the next one, There's usually quests telling you, and they're all built really well. Like, you can tell this is a farm, and this is like an apple orchard, and this is like a facility, and this is, you know, probably got guys. This is like a little town. They're all very well built. And it takes time to go through all this. Like, this is 1 week, and you won't even have all this done. And then week 2, a lot more stuff opens up. And as you can see, it's less dense out here, and it's very dense in here. Because this is just week 1, getting used to the game. But there's a lot in here. Like, you're not going to collect it all. But that's the gameplay loop. And that's the gameplay loop throughout the whole thing. And then you do bosses and silos. Oop, here's one that I need to get still. Yeah, my little GPS is going to take me there. Yeah, that's kind of the gameplay loop. I keep saying that. I don't know how else to explain it. Traveling around. There's a lot of little secrets. There's just stuff everywhere. You're going to be like, oh my god, that's cool. You know, you're just going to find stuff. There's little quests that you'll just run into and bump into that are going to kind of blow your mind a little bit. You might find them cheesy. You might find some annoying. But, you know, it's just cool. You'll run into other people. Have conversations in chat. It's just, overall, it's a really well done game. I think 2 concerns people had when this game started was the T's and C's, you know, the contracts and the privacy agreements. I read through them. They're a little weird because it's a China-based company, but there's nothing in there saying it's going to steal your data. But listen, it's a Chinese-based game. I mean, you know, do you have TikTok on your phone? That's worse. That's going to steal more data. But they have access to your game. Any game system. If you've ever installed any game from any other country, they have access to your system. If they wanted to hack your system, they can, and there's nothing you can do about it. Most likely they aren't, because they're a company trying to make a profit, and that would completely ruin and destroy them. But I don't think it's much to worry about, to be honest with you. You know, from a political aspect of, you know, Chinese spying on your data, our government is way worse nowadays. You know, I'm a personal advocate. You know, I was very against the totalitarian CCP government. You know, I don't want to talk out against them and demonetize my YouTube video, but in recent decades, our country has become worse with the propaganda and the media control and stuff like that. So, you know, what are you really worried about? You know, their country, our country? I mean, I don't know. As far as the legal terms and the reality of it, it's not any worse than any other company. I think there were just a lot of people just making a big deal out of nothing who don't really understand legal terms. And then as far as the wipe, that's another big thing. And people are like, oh, it's going to wipe. It's not. It's actually kind of a form of progression. It's not a wipe like we think of it. All your currency doesn't wipe. This currency will. But all your primary currency, your cosmetic currency, all that stuff doesn't wipe. Really, the only thing that wipes is stuff in your inventory. This crap. These fake blueprints. But all your house blueprint decorations, like, so when I go in here, I hit B, and then I go in here and click, and I can see all my stuff. Like, let's see what kind of furniture I got, right? So all my little furniture bits, this stays with me. It comes with me now. All the stuff I collected, that all comes with me. All the stuff I collected comes with me. Decorations, all these. Ooh, that's right. I forgot to put this one up. I got a new decoration. Where was it? That one? Yes. I got a new toy. I got the little Radiohead toy guy. Let's stick him up here for now. When you're building, use fly mode, by the way. Fly mode on your property is a must-have for building. It makes building very, very nice. Very easy. Let me see what that toy looks like. Yeah, I love these little models. I tell you what, this game has a money maker right here. They got these little in-game models right here. They're called toys. If they took these and you could get some high quality ones for your house, like, you know how there's like $50 to $150 higher quality kind of models, maybe $300 price range, they would sell. There's going to be fans of this game and the artwork and the craziness of it. Here's I took that picture hanging on my wall there. Craziness. Yeah, so all this stuff comes with you. All the stuff I unlocked in this, it all comes with me. A lot of the items even come with me into Eternal Land, and then you can bring some with you, I guess, like some select ones. I'm hoping they allow us to do the solar drill. If I can bring that solar drill with me and then bring and start with that, it'll be so OP. It'll take all that gathering crap from the beginning that I did before away. Your map will reset. I think they might do different map parts, like maybe we'll start over here or something. I don't know how they're working that, but your map progress will reset. All the recipes and unlocks that you found here won't reset for what I'm hearing, so it'll just be like, you know, you'll have to unlock the teleporters and do exploring, and you'll have to do all these facilities again, but you have to kind of do them for the loot, right? So if you're resetting your loot, basically it's resetting your materials, your level, and you're going to start with better blueprints next time. You're going to be stronger, faster, more knowledgeable, knowing what to do, and not needing all the stuff that you needed the first time around. You'll have it all, you know? So it's not what some people are thinking when they hear wipe. So I'm curious. I don't know. I'm curious to see. Will I hate it when they wipe it, and I'll be like, "Oh, this does suck," or will I like it? I don't know. I don't want them to change anything. I don't want all this negativity to have them change. I want to see what their design. I want to see what their plan was, and then make my decision. Is it bad or is it good like that? Anyway, this is probably about an hour and a half long. I think I covered pretty much everything that a beginner could possibly want to know about this game. I hope I did a good job. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope it was concise and clear to everybody. I hope you liked the video. I hope you click the like button if you liked the video. Every time you click that like button, you're passing it down. The algorithm sends it to one more person. One more person has the opportunity to like it. If everybody likes it, it gets passed to more and more people. So appreciate it if you do. To my subscribers, I love you guys. Start watching more of my videos, though. You know those videos where they're like, only 50% of my subscribers are watching my video. Only 80% of my subscribers. Dude, like 5% of my subscribers are watching my videos. Like a lot of my subscribers are probably dead accounts or whatever. So I totally rely on the algorithm to get my videos pushed out. So if you can give me a like or interact, leave a comment, all that stuff helps the AI, Google's algorithm AI, to say, hey, people are liking this thing. Pass it along. It has good information. So I do appreciate it. Anyway, keep an eye out. I'm going to try to pump out more videos, but it's late now. It's 12 o'clock at night right now. I've been doing this all day. I worked 9 hours today, and then immediately after work, I started recording videos. I still got to post-process these things, upload them. You're talking another 3 hours worth of work at least. So I'll probably do some uploading tomorrow while I'm working, and then hopefully Tuesday or Wednesdays, these will get published while I'm playing Diablo 4. I need to take a couple days off, play some Diablo 4, and then see if coming back to this, I don't know what this next phase is going to be like. I don't want to miss it, though. Anyway, let me do my peace out emote. I'm sure I should have a good one. None of those look good. All right. Thanks for watching. See you later. See you until the next one. Bye-bye.